J Pride, J Pride.
Hello?
Hiya.
You know who we are. Hello?
Hello.
How's it going, Dodgy? You alright?
I'm not bad. It's been a while since our last show, hasn't it?
I'll tell you what, I've been feeling quite nervous because the other guys have done, well, Double A Power Hour and done 4 shows. And this is only our second show. So I'm going to say now that I'm pretty unprepared for this. So it could be awful, but on the flip side, it could be awesome.
I tell you what, I have missed you, you beautiful bastard.
Thank you very much. Right. I just wanted to state what features we have here. We've toyed with the idea of having about 5 or 6, but I'm worried we won't be able to fit it in. We've dropped a few features, but we've also got a few new features. The first feature we're going to kick off with is Ring My Bell. If you explain that one, Dodge.
Basically, the bell rings, Joe asks a few questions, and I have to guess the answer based on his questions.
Exactly. A celebrity has knocked on the door. He's got 3 attempts. He's got to figure out who it is. So that's coming up in a second. We've also got... I'm trying to think of a name for this. I've been thinking all day, but I'm just going to go with Football Story. If you like football, you'll love this feature. If you don't like football, it might be a good time to, I don't know, make a cup of tea, something like that.
I would.
And we've also got the stand-up special. I've got a little jingle for this one, actually. I'll see if I can find it. Cover me, Dodge.
Basically, the football story.
This is the comedy one.
Oh, yeah.
That's my comedy jingle. So that's
Right. Well, basically, the jokes, we've come up with a stand-up routine, and basically, if there's any like complaints or anything, please email jacobscrackers.com, because we got them from a cracker. So,
but yeah, what we're going to do there is, we're both going to have a stand-up routine of, say, a couple of minutes. And there is a bit of paper downstairs in the green room. And following both stand-up performances, you have to vote which was the funnier routine. So we've got that coming up as well. And just to begin with then, we have got Ring My Bell. Right. Last time we did Ring My Bell, the celebrity at the door was Gary Glitter, who luckily James got on the 3rd attempt. This time I've found a new one for you, and I'm going to play you the first clue now. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here we go.
And that's why I keep up a really rigorous program of exercise.
Just recognise.
That's really hard, that one, I have to say.
Do you want it again?
Yeah, play it again.
And that's why I keep up a really rigorous program of exercise.
Oh, God. Is it some sort of wrestler, maybe?
It's not a wrestler. He won't be wrestling anytime soon. That's a clue. Right, so we're going to play another tune. What you got lined up, James?
Right, we have got The Hustle by KC and the Sunshine Band.
Lovely.
That was KC and the Sunshine Band with The Hustle.
I love that song. Right, so carrying on with Ring My Bell, James thought that from the first clue that it might be a wrestler. Couldn't be further from the truth. If I now play my second clue for you, James, you ready?
Yep, ready.
So there are some people who think I should be taken out and shot, and others who think I'm doing very worthwhile work.
Right. Bit of a strange one from considering my last guess.
Right.
I'm going to go for Abraham Lincoln.
To be fair, that isn't actually that bad of a guess, but again, couldn't be
Well,
further from
it
the
sounds
truth.
quite old. Like, at first I was thinking it was...
Do you want another shot at that, or do you reckon you wouldn't have a clue if I played it again?
No. Play another song.
Okay, right. Well, yeah. Very quickly, I just wanted to thank the Double A Power Hour for the last hour. Particularly like the history mystery feature. I like the reference as well. Obviously, talking about 1066, a great year, Battle of Hastings, and I think it was also the year that we won the World Cup, wasn't it, James?
I think it was, yeah. Probably more. Yeah, I remember. Good times.
Good year, 1066. Right, so following features that we got coming up, we've got the football story, which is we both read a story which has as many footballers' names in there as possible. We'll try and...
It sounds a bit like an 8-year-old wrote it, but... you know.
I reckon it should be a good feature. Neither of us know what our stories are, but we're going to give it a go. It's experimenting with that one, and the stand-up routine should be quite funny as well, I think. Right, so I'm going to play another song in a second, but what I wanted to also say to you is we also have a surprise feature. James is not aware of this.
What on earth is this going to be?
People love the Record Breakers feature, and it will be returning tonight.
I'm pretty sure we agreed to axe that feature, but...
It's not being axed. It is being brought back like a phoenix from the flames. And I've got a surprise for James. It's not a horrible one, but it's certainly a challenge. But like I say, that'll be coming up later in the show. And
such a bastard.
If you realise the effort that I went to do this, you will thank me by the end of it. But like I say, we've got another track coming up now, and I like it so much that I'm going to call it my track of the week. And the track of the week this week is Mr. Wazzo and Duck Guts.
Hello. I am the reincarnation of Kylie Minogue.
That was Mr. Wazzo and Duck Guts. The listeners won't realise, but during that song, James has turned very, very nervous, and he's like, "What is it? Tell me what is it? What is it?"
I think I've discovered what it is, but I won't say anything because it was spoil a surprise for everyone else. But if also in that song, if anyone heard little lines of "Hello Roy" by any chance, it's a song that actually Joel created himself when he was about 14. Was it?
Little tip of the hat. 16. Hello Roy.
Basically, he used to have hair like Roy Cropper from Coronation Street, and
Well, it wasn't me. It was
Wow.
one of my friends, but like I say, it went viral. Right, so obviously James has been a bit nervous about what he's got to do, so I was hoping to do it later on in the show, but he said, "Oh, got to get it out of the way."
let's get it out of the way.
So in that case, well, what I'm going to do to begin with, we're going to play the final clue of Ring My Bell. So I'm going to give you one last chance to guess at who this is, and this is the final clue.
I was the custodian of that part in the 70s and 80s, but it's a part that should be reinvented every generation.
What do you reckon?
Right, complete shot in the dark. John F. Kennedy.
Again, not a bad guess. It's a shame, really, that you didn't get my third clue, because I have such a good little jingle if you get it correct, but I'm going to tell you now that the correct answer, one of your heroes, actually, Christopher Reeve.
Was it actually?
Yeah, obviously after the horse riding accident, his voice sounded much better. You might, as a little clue throughout the clues that I played, was that you can hear his breathing apparatus.
I think his voice is a lot different though.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, it was obviously.
Because initially I thought you might have said Stephen Hawking. I thought with the breathing apparatus, I thought it was Darth Vader. But yeah, no, it was Christopher Reeve after his horse riding accident, and he is quadriplegic. I think that's how you
I
say
think
it.
that's the term, yeah.
Okay, so moving swiftly on, we are now going to do the record breakers feature because James wants to get out of the way. But like I say, this should be a beauty. So yes, this is record breakers. Right. Obviously, last time we was on, James, the last record that you attempted to break was the cocktail sausages,
I'll be honest, it was pretty poor, wasn't it?
where it's disappointing at best. He got, was it 1 or 2? I can't remember.
It was about
1 or 2.
9, wasn't it? Something like that.
But this time, the record that you are attempting to break, James, is how many of these things can you eat in 2 minutes?
Do you want me to say what it is, or are you
Yeah.
gonna? Basically, I've got to eat fortune cookies. Do I have to read them out afterwards?
Wait.
What's,
Okay. There are fortune cookies that you have to eat, but the record attempt is for how many you can eat. Let's turn this down. The record attempt is, because obviously I'm not going to tell you what the record is because you might be able to beat it tonight. What you've got to do is eat them, but each one you eat, you have to read out the fortune before you move on to the next fortune.
So I have to eat it completely, or
Eat it, swallow it, read the fortune, and then move on to the next one. And at the end of the 2 minutes, we'll see how many you've got. You've only got a few there, but like I say, the record isn't anywhere near that, so I'm not too sure if you'll get close or not. But like I say, do your best. If you put it on your lap, James, so like I say, eat them as quickly as you can. Read out the fortune cookie. You read it as fast as you like as well, as long as it's audible to the audience, and then move on to the next fortune cookie. Okay?
right? No, sounds
Right,
easy
bear with
enough.
me. I'll get you some suspenseful music. Hold on. Do you want to have a drink of water at all beforehand, or are you okay?
No, I'm good.
Right, what I need to do is just get my stopwatch, actually. I'm slightly concerned that I've left my phone downstairs, so I'm going to have to count 2 minutes. Okay, go.
Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never grows old.
That's 1. Got a good technique, actually. Any crumbs have to be eaten.
A wise person turns chance into good fortune.
That's 2.
Oh, fucking hell. Reading that one upside down. No life grows great until it is focused, dedicated, and disciplined.
I love how you're chewing between reading it as well.
You can't breathe.
You're done 3. You're doing well, actually. You're doing
Hang on.
better last time. Come on! That's it. Come on, we ain't got long.
Oh, fuck.
About 30 seconds.
Rip that one in half.
Try and read it still.
You are never so strong as when you forgive.
Very true. Doing well, Dodge. You've still got a little while. Come on.
Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life.
Got about 20 seconds left, Dodge. Come on. Last one. Quickly. Come on. That's it. And go. Go.
It's exactly the same one as last time.
Read it, though. Read it.
Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work again in your life.
Great. That's it, Dodge. Thank you. Right. So if I now count how many you did, and I'll tell you how close or if you beat the record. Right, okay. Most of these fortunes have saliva over them, so I will...
I think you need to get the Hoover out, mate, to be honest.
3, 4. Okay, so we've got a few ripped ones as well. Okay, so impressively, actually, you did or well, you eaten. You're just choking here.
I'm good.
James eaten 6 fortune cookies and read 6 fortunes aloud. So he did well there.
Not bad.
Would you like to know what the record was, James?
Tell me.
There was no record.
Well, there is now, so everyone's a winner.
No one has the record for 2 minutes. I will point out that someone has the record for eating fortune cookies in a minute, but I thought a minute wouldn't be funny enough. I thought 2 minutes would be better. So the person who did it in a minute was 6. So I'm thinking the fact that you did 6 in 2 minutes, you probably wouldn't be the record holder. But
Well, I'm for the 2-minute one, obviously. But
on the plus side, that looked fairly substantial, so you won't be eating anytime soon. So I think that's fine. Right, okay. We're now going to move on to the next song, and I think this is one of James's. What you got up next, Jamie?
well, I've gone for old school Kylie Minogue. I remember when I was about 6 years old. I've got a lot to thank Kylie for, actually, because I think she probably is the reason that I never turned out to be gay. This is Locomotion.
That's debatable. I'll play it quick.
That was Locomotion by Kylie Minogue.
Right. Next up, we're going to do the feature of Stand Up. And what we're going to do here is we're both going to perform a stand-up routine for about 2 minutes. We've got a few jokes to tell you. And like I say, James is going to do his routine. We'll play a song, then it'll be my routine. And like I say, in the green room downstairs, you'll find a bit of paper. And once both routines have been completed, if you vote for who you feel the better comedian was, and then if you can bring it up once they've both been completed, we will unravel to see which was the better comedian. And following that, whoever has the most votes, they will play the final song. So, right, I'm going to pass it over to Jamie. For his comedy act. If I just introduce you, James.
Right, I'm James Hodge. Forgive me. This is my...
Wait, hold on, Jamie. You haven't come on the stage yet. This is James Hodge.
I'm just going to kick off here. Right, apparently, Arsene Wenger is looking at the possibility of signing Oscar Pistorius, as he had more shots on target in 9 seconds than Arsenal did in 90 minutes against Bayern Munich. I went to a zoo the other day. There was only one dog in it. It was a Shih Tzu. Love is like a fart. If you have to force it, then it's probably shit. If you ever Google Gary Oldman, for Christ's sake, don't forget to put the R in.
Gary. Oh.
Took a while. I may not be getting laid tonight, but tomorrow I'll be banging the shit out of the snooze button.
It's family friendly.
The doctor the other day told me I was infertile. 3 weeks later, my girlfriend was pregnant. Who's the daddy? How much shampoo does a Cockney have? No, hang on, I read that wrong. Sorry. How much does a Cockney spend on shampoo? £10.
I clicked the wrong button.
My dad always said, fight fire with fire. Probably why he got thrown out the fire service.
Yes.
Women are often described like a condom. Both spend more time on your wallet than on your dick. Right, this is the last one.
Right.
My first job was working in an orange juice factory. but I got absolutely canned. I just couldn't concentrate.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you very much to James Hodge.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Been great.
That was much better than I thought. That was brilliant. I was cracking up. I wanted to turn my mic down, but I realised I left it on, so I'm sorry if I laughed over half of that. So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to do my comedy stand-up in a second. I'll best play a song first, so I will find what song I want to play, and what I'm going to play is Rock Steady in the Night, the Best Track remix by DigiKid 84. Smooth.
What becomes of the broken hearted who had love that's now departed? I know I've got to find some kind of peace of mind. Maybe.
The song starts now.
That was Rocksteady All Night, the Best Track remix by DigiKid 84, and I'm going to do a bit of my stand-up in a second. First thing I wanted to say was we've got about 25 minutes left of J Pride, however, do not move at all. Next up, we've got Hits and Giggles, which is Luke
Looking
Buckland,
forward to that one.
who isn't, Luke Buckland and Louis Dron, the professionals. I just want to make a little note here. I don't really want to kind of tempt fate, but they have been working on this for quite some time, actually, and it is going to be a
I
brilliant
saw that,
show.
actually. I was chatting to Luke earlier in the green room, and I noticed a few sweat patches under his armpit, and he looked a bit of a state, bless him. So,
Well, that's the thing.
hopefully pressure won't get better of him.
They've set the standard high. It's their own fault. Okay, right, next up we have got the my stand-up. Remember, the people in the green room downstairs, get ready to vote. And so following my performance, if you write on that bit of paper, scrumple it up, bring it back up to us, and we will announce who was the better comedian. Keep in mind that James is spelt Joel. And right, so it's now my comedy performance. Here we go. Do you want to do you want to get me on the stage, James?
There we go. I'll introduce this act. Joel Saville Buckland. Is there a B button here? Or?
It's a little bit longer than I thought. Okay. I was playing golf with my friend, and after the 18th hole, we both finished on the same score. He said, "Sudden death?" I said, "Yeah." So I shot him. I said to Neil Armstrong, I said, "Is it true the only man-made thing you can see from the moon was the Great Wall of China?" He said, "No. If I look slightly to my left, I can see a rocket and a buggy." The great train robbers stole about £2.5 million. In actual fact, it was a bit more than that, because they didn't buy any tickets. Did you know, if you set your mobile to vibrate and drop it down a well, you will never see it again? Did you know 30% of car accidents in Sweden involve a moose? I say don't let them drive. I always say it's a marathon, not a sprint. That's why I lost my job as Usain Bolt's trainer. At the moment, I'm writing the stage version of the Tornado film Twister. I've got as far as the first draft. I didn't have a happy up. Oh Jesus! I'll start that one again. I didn't have a happy upbringing. I remember my 3rd birthday party. I was 15. Reaction. Have you seen that James Bond film about calculators? Casio Royale. I had a dinner at Uri Geller's house. I got soup all down my front. I had to go on one of those stools where you shoot a duck over and you get a prize. You aware of those? I noticed if you aim the gun at the guy running the stool, you get all the prizes. Can't remember my homing pigeon's name, but I'm sure it will come back to me.
Awful.
What do you call a 13-year-old with his head chopped off? A guillotine-ager. That joke was well executed. Have you seen that television show where you run over an animal and then get it valued? Antiques Roadkill. I saw an advert which said television for sale, £1, but it's stuck on full volume. I thought, how can you turn that down?
Well, that was pretty rubbish. But, you know, the attempt. Good attempt.
I'm Joel Buckland. You enjoy that?
No, that's alright. It was interesting.
During the next song, if the people in the green room can vote for their winner, and like I say, the person with the most votes will play the final track. We've got another song coming up now, and what is it, Jamie?
We've got Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim.
I like this one.
Fatboy Slim, Weapon of Choice.
Lovely. Right, we've had the person come up from the green room and pass us over the bits of paper.
Oh, I'm nervous.
I've got it scrunched up, but we're not going to look at it yet because we've got our last feature coming up. Like I say, it might alienate some listeners. If you're a football fan, you might like it. If you're not a football fan,
you can fuck off.
That's a bit rude. Right, this is the football story feature. Right, so this is the football story. I've got a bit of pen and paper in my hand, as I'm sure you have at home. James is now going to read out a short story, which is going to include footballers' surnames, hopefully subtly. And what I've got to do is I've got to try and write down either the footballers' names that he mentions or the amount. And at the end of his short story, I've got to say how many it was and see if it's true to what he's read. Take it away.
Right, here we go. John went into town to meet his friends David and James. They decided to meet their other friend Connor and go for salmon and chips. They were surprised Connor joined them, as he usually would bail. To be fair, Connor is a bit bent. They quietly thought to themselves. Christ's sake, Connor, they said. Why don't we just go for a burger? Burgers are a bit gay, aren't they, you batty boy? Said John. They looked to their right. That place does fish. James got the keys to his Bentley, said, let's drive.
Oh, that's good.
Tell you what, he said, I fancy a macaroni. let's go to that new Italian, Ambrosini's. They drove over the bridge. Look at that girl over there, David said. Best spot I've ever seen. Eventually, they got to their destination, York. The food really tired all of the lads out. James perched himself on a park bench. The others were certainly in no rush to get home. James got into a deep sleep, wearing only his parka coat as a duvet. The others decided they were hungry, so popped over to Morrison's to get some wagon wheels. James woke up from his sleep. Fuck, jeez. Woke up from sleep and he was very cold, so he decided, let's go and get some coal to light a fire for when we get home. The end.
I've got to say
That went well.
That was very.
Wasn't many mistakes.
The funniest part for me was the fact that you struggled to read your own handwriting.
Well, see, I've got the writing of a 7-year-old. So.
I'm slightly concerned as well that quite a few of your footballers are similar to the ones that I've got in my stories. Right, so I'm assuming you know how many you have.
Well, I've got them written down.
Okay, right. Yeah. I'm going to tell you which ones I've got.
Let's get the sheet out.
Okay, so I've got Connor Salmon.
Yep.
Gareth Bale.
Yep.
Darren Bent.
Yeah.
Patrick Berger.
Yeah. It's 4.
David Batty.
5.
David Bentley.
6.
Is it Macarini?
No,
Macaroni.
Massimo Macaroni, yeah.
Oh, I don't even know who he is. Ambrosini.
Yep.
Nicky Butt.
Yep.
Dwight York.
Dwight York, yep. You didn't get. Connor Salmon, Derby County striker.
No, Connor Salmon was the first one I got.
Did you say that?
Yeah, Connor Salmon was the very first one you mentioned.
My mistake.
Perch.
Yep, you got James Perch.
Ian Rush.
Yep.
Scott Parker.
Yep.
David James.
Yep.
Andy Cole /
Well, it was Ashley Cole, so
Ashley Cole.
that's a mistake.
Is there any other ones I missed?
You missed Clinton Morrison.
Oh,
Did you
I
say,
thought
did you
Morrison.
say Bentley? David Bentley?
I did say David Bentley.
Stern John.
Oh, that is difficult,
Former Birmingham
man. That's
City,
difficult.
yeah.
That's good, man. Right. Oh, so I only missed out a couple.
I think it was 3.
Oh, I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it was a good effort.
It's now time for my football story. It's good, that, ain't it? It's good.
It's a good song.
Right. What I've done, I've split mine into 4 short stories. Hopefully, it won't be as long as my jokes went on for. But right, so here's the first story. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
So that was dancing school finished for the evening. It was one of the better samba lessons that I've had. Before the drive home, I thought I'd quickly go to the public toilets to empty the old bladder. As I was going for a piss in the urinals, I noticed a guy standing next to me. Despite the fact that there were plenty of other urinals to use, other than the one right next to me. Nice butt, he mentioned under his breath. I didn't know what to say, so just nervously said, nice to meet you. He then had another sly look and whispered to himself, I sure would. Are you looking at my dick, son? I said. He said, well, it's a good willy. Are you bent? I replied, already knowing the answer. Well, you're the gayer. I thought that was a good comeback. That was the first short story. How many did you get, James?
Okay, I'll read them out.
Yep.
I've got Chris Samba.
Yep.
Nicky Butt.
Yep.
Michu.
Yep.
Tim Sherwood.
Yep.
Lee Dixon.
Yep.
Darren Bent.
Yep.
David De Gea.
Oh, you missed David Goodwillie.
Oh.
That's the only one you missed out on.
Oh, man.
Who did he play for? Stoke?
I think it was Blackburn, was it?
Football fans are loving this. Right, you ready for the second story?
Yep.
So, I said to this bloke, I want to buy a Scottish ukulele. He paused for a second, and then replied, oh, you mean a makalele. What you want to do is go over that bridge and move on down that south gate. Where's that? I replied, it's up, son. It's a wood gate. When you're there, you'll be at the town's end, and you can't move on through the cul-de-sac. Well, I thought that's a given. I thanked the man for the directions and arrived at the music shop. I asked the shopkeeper if I could rent any instruments, to which he replied, no, they're all for sale. I said Kuhl. Wasted journey though, as everything he had was duff. What you got, Jamie?
Right, I think I've done alright. I might miss one or two, but I've got
Hit me.
Claude Makaleli,
Yep.
Wayne Bridge again,
Yep.
Southgate,
Yep.
Upston,
Yep.
Woodgate,
Yep.
Forsell,
Yep.
was it Andy Townsend, or
Yep.
Andros Townsend,
Yep.
Harry Keel, Damien Duff, did you say Nicky Butt as well?
No, Butt was in
No.
the last one.
Right, okay, that's what I got.
You did very well there. The only one you missed out was, surprisingly, as a Newcastle supporter, you missed Shay Given.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Yeah. Right. You ready for the third one? This is 3 or 4, by the way, if
Didn't
you're
I
getting
only, didn't I
tired.
only get one round from
You
mine?
only got one wrong there.
Well, I don't know. I had one round of the football story, and you seem to have 3.
Oh, well, mine is split into shorter ones, and to be fair, I prepared more.
It's a bit of a J.K. Rowling, this one.
Right, third story. You ready?
Yep.
I knew a shortcut I could take to buy the flowers I needed to get. I walked through the green, past the barns, and all of a sudden I found myself stuck in a bramble bush. I tried to crouch down to get out of it. I'm just trying to see keep out writing. I tried to crouch down to get out of it, but I was done for. I was going nowhere, baby. A policeman then came over and shouted, "Halt!" I wasn't going anywhere. The policeman said, "I'm sorry, sir, I've got to check. A stolen car has been reported and the person fits your bill." I said, "Right." To which he replied, "I will need to take some notes. Is that okay?" I said, "Oh, gotcha." Ah, my pen isn't working. You got a spare one, Parker? That's fine. What you got?
Right, again, I think I probably missed only 1 or 2. I've got Tim Flowers,
Yep,
Robert Green,
yep,
John Barnes,
Yep.
Titus Bramble,
yep.
David Dunn,
You.
Grant Holt,
Yep.
Petr Cech, Ian Wright,
Yep,
JJ Okocha,
Yep.
Scott Parker,
yep.
and that's it. That's all I got.
You're doing very well on this. The only ones you missed were Peter Crouch and Stephen Carr.
Uh,
But like I say, you're doing very well. This is the very last one. Are you ready for this final
there's
one?
more. Brilliant.
Very last one. So I went to this restaurant with my family. I went with my nanny and my 3 children, Ben, Arthur and Claire. "You seen Claire?" I said to my nan. She didn't hear what I said. I messed that, writing that up. She's around.
Gareth Gates impression? Or?
She's around somewhere. It didn't matter. So I ordered a burger and asked the waiter if he had any brown sauce. No brown sauce, I'm afraid. I thought I've got to be bold here. Got up in the waiter's face. And things started to turn a little savage.
I think I've
We
done
got-
better in that one.
Alright, we got.
Right, I've got Nani, Man United,
Yep,
Ben Arthur,
yep,
Mata,
yep.
Patrick Berger again, Steve Bold, and Robbie Savage.
Ooh, again you missed 2. That was
Two, have I?
that was a shorter story. I said there was 3 children, Ben, Arthur and Claire, and then I said to the nanny, "You seen Claire?" You missed Trevor Sinclair. And you also missed there was another one. Was it Matter? You missed one Matter.
I said Matter.
Oh, Matter, Burger, Brown, Bold.
Oh, Brown's the
Brown,
one.
you missed Brown sauce. But like I said, I think you did very well, James.
Yeah, not too bad.
I enjoyed
Happy
that.
with
I'm hoping
It was a good feature.
the football fans, I hope they enjoyed that feature. If you're not a football fan, that last 5 minutes was wasted. Right, we've only got a few minutes left, so we're going to check the final results of the stand-up. So let's have a look at the results of the stand-up. Right, first vote. I've got a Joel. A Joel. Christopher Reeve, a.k.a. Joel Anthony Buckland. Both brilliantly though. So that's 3 though. That's 3 for me. I've got Dodge, Hodge, and James. So we got
it's a tie.
3 all. So what I'm going to do, because it's a tie, we haven't got that long left actually, before the acclaimed Hits and Giggles. Stick around for that, for sure. Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix these up, and you're going to pick one, James, and whoever's name it is, you get to choose the final song. Okay. So very quickly, Dodge, so you don't see through. Pick one.
Right, this one here.
Yep. And it's Joe.
Oh, it's Joe.
So I get to pick the final song, that means. Where's the song playlist? We've lost the song playlist. Where's your notes from the... there you go, that's the one. Right. So yeah, we've been J Pride, a slightly unprepared J Pride, to be fair. And the last song that we're going to play for you today, thank you very much for having us. And this is California Dreaming remix by the Mamas and Papas.
Bye now.